So virtual reality. First, quickly, let's go over a history of virtual reality. First early attempts were panoramic paintings used to depict 360-degree murals of historic events or things like that in our history. 1838, stereoscopic photos and viewers were created by Charles Wheatstone, who gave the user a sense of depth and immersion through the use of a stereoscope. 1929, Edward Link created the Link Trainer, patented in 1931, the first flight simulator with the use of virtual reality. The military at the time bought 6 of those devices for $3,500. In 2015, that money would be just shy of $50,000. These were used during World War II. 1930, science fiction story predicted virtual reality. In 1950s, Morton Helix created the Sensorama. It was an arcade-style theater cabinet which used to simulate all the scenes, not just sight and sound, as if you were in a 3D. It looks from these pictures, it looks like you're staring into something to check your eyes, but it was actually a machine. In 1960, the first virtual reality head-mounted display, HMD, was created, again by Morton Helix. It was still at that time connected to a camera. 1961, the HeadSight, the first motion tracking head-mounted display, was created by 2 engineers, Cormier and Bryan. In 1965, the Ultimate Display by Ivan Sutherland was created. At this point in 1965, you cannot tell the difference between actual reality and this that he created. 1968, the Sword of Damocles, probably said that wrong, sorry, where Ivan Sutherland and a student created the first virtual reality head-mounted display that was connected to a computer software and not to a camera. And in 1969, Myron Krugere created the virtual reality computer, which was tagged artificial reality. In 1987, virtual reality name was born, which takes us up into today's date, where the actual virtual reality systems are being built, from very expensive ones to the cheapest one being the Google Cardboard for $15, which we learned about in this chapter. The Oculus Rift, which is what most people know about, was purchased by Google or by Facebook in 2014 for $2 billion. The brief history of it. The history came from vrs.org.uk, which I will also mention at the end. Things that virtual reality is used for these days, or what it is. Basically, the most common one is the head-mounted display, which you place on your head as glasses, which basically takes you into a new reality. Everywhere you look, if you look up, the virtual reality machine will take you up. If you look down, it'll look down. You'll be able to play games. With the virtual reality, it'll take you to places around the world, which, in my opinion, would be huge, as we talked about, for the healthcare industry and helping people with dementia and other bedridden diseases, which would take them to places and give them joy in their life. Other things it's used for in the healthcare industry, it's used for simulating surgery, new surgeries that they are experimenting with, obviously without an actual person. Flight simulator is still a huge thing that virtual reality is used for in our world. Basically, it is taking you, by putting on glasses, a headset, it takes you to a completely new reality. They have motion tracking where your head moves and the entire thing moves, taking you basically again into a whole new world using computer aided software. So that is a overview of virtual reality. I've used it once myself. It made me sick. I can see in the future, but we will be able to try out as we learned in Volvo. They are using it to allow people to view their new cars without actually having to go on test drives. I see in the future, especially Amazon, would market these to where you could simulate or try a product out before you actually buy it and not rely on reviews from other people before you purchase a product. They also are getting less and less expensive to where more people can actually afford them. So that's an overview of virtual reality, what it is, what it's used for, and the history of it. For references, lifewire.com, lifewire.com, is where I got some information, along with vrs.org.uk. That's V Victor R Romeo S Sierra.org.uk, which gave a history of virtual reality. Thank you.